Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. There's been a hijacking, and I have to say, I'm actually super curious about this game. So I'm excited to see if fandom can carry it or if it stands on its own. But before we get to what the game is, who had to play it, and what they thought about it, some introductions are in order. I am your host, Josh, and joining me, many call him the Chiatsu of our group, it's Ryan.
I'm sorry for
wrecked, Ryan.
I'm sorry for the silence there, but if you were watching, by the way, we have video, so if you're not watching on video, shame on you. Come check us out. Bro, what did I do to hurt you? Because that's some shade, man. That is, I don't know how deep in the Dragon Ball Z lore, but like out of anyone you could have picked, Chiatsu.
This isn't a compliment, Ryan. I just went to Google, man. That's all. You know,
he's coming like Dende or something, like somebody, a non-significant character that at least is cool. But come on,
I will look peek behind the curtain here, fellas. I Googled who was the weakest character and came up with this. And this is how I came up with it.
All right.
So,
all right.
That's dirty.
Man.
Now we know where it came from. All right. We got it.
That's for stealing my water in Grounded 2 last night, man. So
okay.
I don't ever
We're going to go down a path we don't want to go on. Let's go on to the next one. Who else is with us today?
And joining us, he said he only knows One Punch, but he's once played this game, so he's the second best expert on this episode. It's Ace.
I'll have you know it's One Piece, you hooligan. And it is the best anime ever. Don't at me.
Well, okay, so this was on purpose, Ace, to kind of, combine the One Punch Man with One Piece, with Ryan being Chiatsu. And I'm trying to give some hints as to what the topic of this game and the genre of this game is. And really, I'm just trying to cover my own stupidity here, buddy. So, oh, man. Guys, we have a great episode in store for you, but we also have some very important news that we need to share with all of you listeners out there. We are going to be changing up the release schedule that we have for this podcast just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. As people know, we have been trying to do 5 shows a week for probably like a month and a half, almost 2 months now, something like that.
We've been going strong on it for a little bit here, man.
Yeah, and listen, while
I'm
we
tired,
absolutely,
boss.
yeah,
Exactly. I'm tired, boss.
That's really the thing. Listen, we're tired, man. We all have lives and jobs and families and, other things going on in life. And while we absolutely love doing this podcast, 5 shows a week was a lot. And we kind of just said, look, we don't want to get burned out. We want to have fun. That's always been the premise of this show. And so we got to scale it back just a little bit, not too much, nothing shocking, but we're going to pare it back to 3 episodes a week. And what makes me really happy about this is that we announced this to our community and a lot of people went, oh, thank goodness. I couldn't keep up with 5 shows a week anyway. And then we were like, okay, maybe this was a good idea.
Maybe it was for the best to let everyone catch up to where we are now.
Yeah, I think so. So we're still going to release episodes on Monday. Tuesdays are going to be our gaming news episodes or our kind of alternate episodes that we do sometimes when there's not a lot of gaming news, like our side quests or maybe a couple silly episodes or something like that. And then the indie episode, we're going to move to Thursday, which Ace is very excited about.
Got a prime time slot, baby.
The prime time spot, Ace. So don't blow it. Make sure you keep these indie titles rolling in here. But that will be the release schedule is new episodes Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We will very likely release some older episodes from the vault, either on Fridays or Wednesdays occasionally, just because we have so many episodes that we know a lot of people have missed some. And, people like them, and so we go, hey, this is a great way for people to catch up on some of the older stuff. It helps just keep the cadence of the show, which helps the algorithm and all that stuff too. So, but there you go. That's the new schedule. It starts this week. So you're listening to this on Monday. That means tomorrow is Tuesday, and then you won't get anything on Wednesday, but you'll get indie episode on Thursdays, and we'll keep it like that moving forward. So
and if you need some VGP in your life on Wednesday, come to our Discord. Like links in all our descriptions. Like, come on, hang out with us. It is the oasis of gaming, the oasis of just friendship and hanging out, and it's a good place to be. So if you're in need of that, please swing on by. It's a cool place to check out.
Absolutely. All right, so there we go. We got the official announcement out of the way. Guys, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to read a review.
Yeah.
We're going to read a review. You know why? Because people have been leaving us amazing reviews, and we've been slacking on these. And my goodness, if people haven't stepped up their review game, and we go, you know what? Y'all are taking the time to leave these amazing reviews. We're going to read them so that everybody can hear them, and just as a way of saying thank you. So this one comes in from Skull Lord, and it's titled Best Gaming Podcast. And it says, I love this podcast. The passion is noticeable through just the audio. The feeling of friendship is amazing, and their insights are amazing and always have powerful and fun conversations. I listen every day and never get tired. It's so unique and a fun time to listen to. Well, Skull Lord, thank you for taking the time to leave us a 5-star review. We're glad that you love the passion. And, we like the compliment, man. We work hard to have good audio and video and all that, too. So thanks for noticing, buddy.
Yeah, very, very good.
All right, guys, okay. So we recently revamped all of our Patreon perks. We had perks for a while. We said, hey, guys, we want to reward people that support the show. What are the ways that we can do that? And the number one requested thing was the return of Hijack a Host. This is a super fun thing that we do. Our listeners get to pick a game for one of us to play. And then we have to play it. And then we'll come back and we'll give our thoughts on it. And that's what this episode is. Well, before we moved to the new format where once a month, our epic and legendary supporters get to pick a game and pick a host to make us play it, we had a sneaky person. We had a sneaky person sneak in to the old way. And so, but we are men of honor. We pay our debts. And so I'm just going to put this out there. I freaking love this guy, dude. Joined our community, has become a founding member in our community. Panzerfaust Ali, incredible person. Love chatting with you. Makes our Twitch streams, which Panzer lives in, I think, like Germany, if I've got that right. Maybe not Germany.
Austria.
Is it Austria? Thank you.
Austria. It's Austria.
So Panzer's like, guys, I'm hanging out, but it's 3:30 a.m. my time. And we're like, bro, way to just be. So Panzer snuck into the old perks and hijacked Ryan.
Wait, how'd this happen?
Right? I know. Ryan's like, I thought we shut that down.
We're like, wait, what?
So Panzer, number one, thank you, buddy. We all appreciate you. Number two, Ryan, Panzer reached out to you and basically said, I know a game I'm making you play. So, Ryan, what is the game that Panzer decided for you to play?
This is why this is a spot where, our community is so awesome. And they truly do know us. They understand our desires, our beliefs, like our past games that we played and what we really love. And he picked a game that I had never touched, and I don't know if he knew this or not, but he picked Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Ooh. And it's a straight up fighting game. You can go through all like the missions and the levels and stuff like that, but this is like, we've been waiting, Dragon Ball Z fans have been waiting for a long time for another kind of reboot of just a quality, awesome game. And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is the one that was picked for me. So I remember seeing this trailer for this game, and I remember being very intrigued because I absolutely loved Dragon Ball Z when I was in like high school. And I remember going over to my friend Corey's house like almost every single night, and we would watch Dragon Ball Z. And we'd have like 4 or 5 guys over there, friends just hanging out, watching whatever the new episode was.
I had never seen Dragon Ball Z prior to that. I remember falling in love with it instantly. I am not an old school like Dragon Ball like fan where it's like, I only knew Dragon Ball Z. I was super into it for about a year. And then it kind of just fell to the wayside for honestly a really long time for me. I just kind of got back into anime in the last probably 4 or 5 years, honestly. You have always loved Dragon Ball, Ryan. Is that right?
I have, yes. I was in the prime era of Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network and Toonami and all that stuff. So yeah, that was like
I remember
peak
Toonami.
my area.
All right. So Ace, what about you? Because you are a big fan of anime, or at least One Piece.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that you've watched some other anime, but like, I mean, are you a fan of Dragon Ball? Is it like, hey, I like it, but I just tend to watch other things, or where's your stance on Dragon Ball?
I feel like Dragon Ball is an anime I respect more than I enjoy because I haven't really given it a fair enough shake, but I cannot deny how much of a pillar of anime it is. And just like, it is where shonen comes from, basically, in my mind. Like, if I think of shonen anime, it started with Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But
So Ryan, you get picked to play this. What's funny is right about the same time, I think like legitimately the day before Panzerfaust picked you, I picked up Street Fighter 6 because I was like, I need something different. I'm in this game lull. I'm picking up Street Fighter 6. And then I really think it was like the day after this, you were like, guys, like Panzer picked my game. It's Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. You know, and I was like, sorry, bro. Sorry, I'm going down the Street Fighter 6 path, you know, and you were like, oh, man. What were your initial thoughts on this? I mean, you know, you do like fighting games.
I do.
You have talked about, you know, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and stuff like that. But what was your kind of initial impression with this?
I was excited, to be honest. Like I had, I have a lifelong love of Dragon Ball Z, GT, like everything Dragon Ball related. It's just, I grew up with it. So it has a real good, not only quality place in my heart, but nostalgic place in my heart. And I remember getting games, like they didn't have a lot of Dragon Ball games as a kid. Like I remember, I had some dude I used to skate with that had some rare Japanese, like, nobody else had it, Dragon Ball Z game, and I'm like, no, there's no Dragon Ball Z games, and we played it, you know, until the sun came up, and so getting to have a quality Dragon Ball Z game, as at least that's what I hoped it was going to be, excited me. You know, what is it? Budokai 3 came out a bajillion years ago, and you know, I played a lot of that with my little brother Jake, love you buddy, and he's a Dragon Ball guy too, so I was excited to keep it short, and I was very enthused to see what this was going to be.
So, nice. Surprisingly, when Ryan mentioned this, you said, "Oh, I've played this before."
Yeah,
yeah. No, I have played Dragon Ball Sparking Zero because a friend gifted me like the deluxe copy when the game came out, so he'd have someone to play with.
That's fair. That's how you get people to play fighting games with you.
Here, you play.
Honestly,
you play with me.
Yeah, here, I'll give it to you. Just
point,
play.
Right?
Like, okay, sure.
Okay, real quick, too, I just want to get this out there. Like, did anybody else have a consistently hard time not saying Sparkling Zero? Or was that just me?
No, I picked up Sparking because that's the whole mechanic in the game is spark.
I know, but like,
you build it up.
They sparkle when they do it. So, like, I kept wanting to say sparkling. Like, it was very hard for me not to say sparkling.
Like sparkling vampires
I don't know.
in Twilight?
I was going to say this is a cross between like Twilight and like seltzers. Yeah.
I don't like the sun.
But I love Sparkling Zero seltzer water.
That's all. Dragon Ball Z.
Continue on, that's all.
Okay, so you're excited about this game.
Yes.
Ace has played it. Ace, I want to know your opinion on this game. Now, I know you said it's been a while and you didn't play it a whole lot, but just give us your initial impressions on this.
Well, as someone who doesn't play a lot of fighting games, this was one of few I have played. I had a really good time playing this with some friends, honestly. Even as someone who doesn't know a ton about Dragon Ball, it's super easy to get into just the flow of the combat and how it all feels. And a lot of the combat, what makes this game interesting, a lot of the combat is up in the air. It is not like on the ground. You are fighting in the air, just like throwing haymakers and, doing grabs and all sorts of combos and stuff. And I think it's just really, honestly, it's a cool game, even if you don't like Dragon Ball.
All right. So we're going to get into what the fighting game aspects are and what the actual Dragon Ball aspects are and how it kind of combines these two things, and get Ryan's take on this game right after this break. All right, we're back. We're talking Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Ryan was forced to play this game by a member of our community. Ryan, I'll be honest, I've watched trailers for this. I've watched gameplay for it. I still don't understand what the heck this is. And I am a big fan of fighting games. Like, I have played a lot of fighting games in my day. This one just looks weird, dude. I can't figure out, like, the people are flying around. The camera's constantly panning and zooming. And then, like Ace said before the break, like, you're flying, you're hovering in the air. Like, this absolutely feels like Dragon Ball. Like, they capture a lot of those kind of showdowns from the cartoons. Like, explain this game to me, because it looks really weird. It looks very good on one hand with like the animations and the graphics. And I keep going like, wow, they really captured like the soul of the anime. How would you explain this game, man? Like, give me the basics of like how it plays. Like, is it just a straight up pure fighting game, but it just looks different?
Kind of the long and the short of it is yes, it is. It's a straight up fighting game, but there's a lot more to it. If similar to One Piece, there's a lot of episodes of Dragon Ball Z, GT, like, there's a million of them, and it takes a long time to get through a series and kind of a saga, if you will. So this is a cool kind of compilation of everything, which is awesome. So the thing you can do with this, aside from just straight up fighting, is you can run through stories or campaigns of these sagas to where, if you're Goku, you're going to start at the beginning and go through and fight, Ape Vegeta, and then go through and fight Frieza, and then go through and fight Cell, and you run through the sagas that you watched as a child, which was so cool to see. So there is some story there. I will say it's very minor as far as the dialogue and what you get from it, but it delivers what you need. But at the end of the day, you're playing a fighting game, and that's what you're there for. There's a really cool, like, there's a lot more. I mean, there's 180 characters that you can.
Whoa. There are 180 characters?
I think it's 180 or 182, something like that. It's like around 180 to 182, 3, something around there.
What?
I think 30 of them. 30 of them are Goku. Another 30 or 20.
I would say, how many of them are Goku and Vegeta?
Like there's a lot of variance between those two, because obviously those are the main guys. But having said that, like there's a lot of characters you can pick through, and then you can additionally pick through some of them, to run through their campaign and through their saga, which is cool. So you see their perspective of that story when you're fighting as them.
180 characters. Like, dude, the character select screen?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
18 rows of 10 characters? Like, is this just like the world's largest grid?
It's just like all the way down.
Oh my goodness, man.
And there's a time limit for selecting your characters too. So a lot of the time you run out of time before you get who you want.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to just menu down to the bottom. Vegeta's way down in the V's. Like, hurry, I gotta get there quick, man. Okay, so all right, so it has a story / character mode where I'm sure this, like you said, this pays like fan service to people that just really enjoy the anime Dragon Ball Z. You're saying this spans all of the Dragon Ball series, right? Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. It's
basically Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super. Like it comes through that kind of sequence to where you fight, the Saiyan saga all the way through the world, the Universal Tournament with Zeno and all those guys and stuff like that. So it goes all the way through that sequence, and then you can pick certain characters through that, that tracks, like Goku Black. Like that's kind of a little bit further back, but that's in a different universe. And then you could play that saga. It's not very long, but you get to experience it from the other side, being him, So it's really unique how they gave you the ability to kind of see it from a different perspective with these characters, which was just cool. You're still just fighting, but it's like, okay, now I'm fighting Goku, or I'm fighting Vegeta or little Gohan, or these types of things. So it's pretty neat.
So despite the way that the appearance of this game looks, is this does this play like Street Fighter? Does it play like Mortal Kombat? Does it play like, I mean, it's just mano-y-mano, face off on this one level and, you know, get your enemy's health bar down? Or, I mean, I'm sure that it has special moves and stuff like that, but for somebody that is completely unaware, like, is that the closest like references? Yeah, this is basically Street Fighter, but with Dragon Ball characters.
It is. The unique part is, like, I think, you know, any of those games, those, you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all that, it's all that kind of side scroll 2D looking type thing, even if it's got some depth to it. This is a full on 3D world where you fight and battle and you do these combos and the other opponent flies 300 yards away because you crash them through a building with some blast, you know, and then you got to go back and you got to shoot over to them and fight them more, you know. And so the world is so expanded. Your playing field, your battlefield is so large. It's almost a different game than just these standard fighting games. Like, you still have your attacks, your counters, your power-ups, your charges, and all these things, but it's just you're playing on a different field because you have, like Ace said, most of it's in the air. I thought basically 0.5% on the ground. Like, you start there or something if you're lucky, and then all of a sudden you're in the air, and then that's how you battle. That's how it is in Dragon Ball Z, you know, and all those things anyways. So just gives you more ability to circle around and transport and stuff. So yeah, it's similar, but there's just a lot more to it, to where you can go around. You have a lot more travel. It's not just back and forth, you doing combo to combo. Like, there's a little bit more to it.
So if you knock a character 300 yards away through a mountain or something, like, do you have to like fly back over to that character? Can you do things in the meantime, or is it more just like,
I'll tell you,
coming back to you.
Yeah,
they're not waiting. They're coming back to you.
What you do is you charge as fast as you can. You're like, okay, he's away. I'm gonna charge. And you just charge. You charge up as fast as you can because you have your, you know, Kai, Ki, Ku, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's that's your energy. So you have different levels of it, and those things unlock abilities. So as you charge up and as you grow stronger, you're able to do different attacks, different blasts and stuff. And then when you supercharge, if you have enough time, then you can do like your specials and stuff. So it does allow for, you know, different abilities, but, you know, utilizing that time, sending somebody down that way, you know, down to the ground, you know, with the combo, then you can charge up and then you can be ready for another attack. Like, so it is unique in the ability to kind of not just punch, kick, you know, type stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and you build up that gauge. You can also enter your transformations, which gets you back your health and also changes up your moveset completely sometimes, which is cool as heck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, do you get to go Super Saiyan as like
Yes,
Goku?
you do.
You know, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so guide me down like the actual fighting in this. Is it like, you know, quarter circle forward, like to throw a Hadoken? Is this more like Smash Bros where it's just, hey, push the one button in a direction to pull off a move? Like, how does the actual fighting kind of go down? Are there combos? Are there ultimates? You guys mentioned a charge gauge? Like, you know, as somebody that's familiar with fighting games, like, give me the style, I guess, or the kind of flow.
Go ahead, Ace.
I was gonna say it's honestly almost more combo based, like a Devil May Cry game, than anything else. Like, where you're
oh really okay
yeah, honestly,
so almost like a button masher with like a 20 hit
a
combo
button masher
kind of
with button combos you do to pull off certain moves, but like you're not just like gonna keep spamming the same thing over and over again, or you're gonna get humbled real fast. And you'll use a ranged attack to interrupt your opponents during their moves to stop them from charging up or pulling off an attack you really don't want to be part of. You'll use certain abilities to just straight up dodge your opponent's attacks with instant transmission, which is annoying as heck when you're in the middle of a combo and your opponent pulls off a perfect like block parry and teleports behind you. Wham!
Yeah.
That's pretty
Hammer
cool,
fist
I
you
like
into the
counterplay.
ground.
It is cool. Like I said, man, there's a lot there's a lot more to it, to where there is simple combos and simple things you can do, but a lot of it comes down to just good blocks and parries, counters, and then utilizing your specials. Like having the ability to charge up and get your specials to blast off. Like that is the name of the game. You can dodge them if you're able to, but it's very hard to do. But
instead,
yeah, but man, it's that's the name of the game is these combos. Get your 20-30 hits in, and then it's the transport, hit them to the ground, and then you charge up, and then you can do your super. You know, that's kind of the sequence. I did find it a little bit repetitive with the ability to do that is when you fall back. Okay, well, this is the easiest way to win is to continue to do this. It's the same. It's not the same like button mashing, but it's the same sequence. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get to the same ending attack every time. How you get there doesn't matter. But as long as you can get back to that, I'm going to do my super and then just spam it as many times as I can and charge up and do that over and over. That's what you do.
Yeah, and whoever gets super first basically is going to win the first fight usually.
Yeah.
That's kind of any fighting game though, is like you can absolutely just spam an ability over and over again, and it's like it's your opponent's job to learn how to deal with that. You know, I mean, I know a lot of times gamers will be like, "That's super cheap." Like if you're just gonna Hadouken me to death and throw 100 of these, you know, okay, but
get
it's
good
on
scrub.
me to fix.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's
block,
what I'm saying.
parry.
Right, exactly.
Figure it out.
So I think that's just inherent in the genre itself. Is like, yes, there are moves that are easy to spam, and if you don't know how to deal with it, somebody could wear you down like that, and it could feel repetitive. But at the same time, that's like the evolution of getting better at these games and stuff too. So, did you feel like this stayed true to the Dragon Ball, anime, to the formula, to the characters? Did it seem like they took any liberties? Was just like, bro, this felt like I was playing Dragon Ball.
To me, like I said, as a lifelong, like since I was a little kid, I had, and DBZ fans, you know this, like I had the entire Cell Saga and the Boo Saga on VHS. Like I would record it on Toonami every day. Like I'd record the 2 episodes and then I had them and I would pause it during commercials and then restart the recording and stuff. So this, I am a hardcore DBZ fan, and this felt so good. And I don't understand why I didn't pick it up before. Like I maybe I was fatigued. Maybe I just didn't feel like playing a fighting game, but this thing to me felt true to what DBZ is. It was comical in parts. It was fun. It felt true to the nature of what these characters represented. Everything about it was just true to DBZ, and like the story, the way they captured all of it, like the other side quests, the side missions you can do, the training aspects. There is a training combat area you can do to learn, and you can have like Gohan with Piccolo, which was, OG canon. Like that's how he learned, and that's how Gohan was trained and stuff. So it's really unique, and I think they did a really good job staying true to what Dragon Ball was and is. So yeah.
Do you think a fan of fighting games but not a fan of Dragon Ball, or somebody that knows nothing about Dragon Ball, do you think that this game would land the same way? Or is it like you really kind of need to be a Dragon Ball fan to really get the most out of this? Or do you think the combat and just the fighting stands on its own?
I think that if you don't like this because of other fighting games, then that kind of shows how you're focused in on just this one type. I think it stands alone on its ability to be a fighting game. I think it's very, very good. I think it is very polished. This is one of the best fighting games I've ever played as far as the polish goes. It is crisp. It is clean. The counters are amazing. The attacks are amazing. The cinematics and the ability to charge up and do these things, it just looks fantastic, and it's responsive. So if you don't like it because it doesn't fit your playstyle, then maybe you need to expand. And that's a you problem, I think. So yeah, I think if anyone who's a big fighting fan doesn't like it, I think it's just kind of prejudice on their part than the actual game itself.
Right.
I was going to say, if someone who likes fighting games doesn't like this, I would say that the issue would be because the characters are not balanced super well, because they are lore accurate. No. They are lore accurate to their power levels. So if you pick like Super Saiyan God Goku versus Mr. Satan, you're going to have a bad time.
So the game actually leans into like the strength
it does.
of the characters and stuff?
It does.
Yeah, it's pretty lore accurate to what
that's crazy.
To what the characters are. So it does make it makes it unique when you have like, like Super Saiyan God Goku, and then like we said, Mr. Satan or something. It's pretty tough.
Can't even fly.
It's hard to do. So but I find that refreshing to where they didn't just balance everything out just cause. It's like, no, these are the characters. Like, if you want to be this and then try to be like, yeah, dude, I beat you with Mr. Satan. What are you gonna do? Like I think that's cool. So I liked that they made it more lore accurate than just balancing everything equally.
There's some sweaty dude out there that's picking like the weakest guy in the game. And
Oh,
trying
there
to
is.
just beat
There's a guy who's
everybody.
beaten all the ranks with like Chiatsu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where it's just like it's like, oh man, like this feels so bad. This guy just whooped me.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, we're getting close to the end of this episode. What works the best for you and what was your least favorite part about it?
Oh man. So what works the best? I think it was very, I would say nostalgic, but also enjoyable to just play through the sagas and the stories of these characters. Like I mentioned before, like you can start as Goku, you play all the way through from the Saiyan saga to the tournament, the Universal tournament with Zenu and everything. So you get to see everything you've watched, but be a part of it, which is really cool. And I really enjoyed how they did it. It's very quick, like, hey, now you're here, oh, now you're here and stuff. So, but once you get it done, there's a little teeny bit of dialogue, but you get to see the battles, destructive environments, things blow up. Like it's really cool how they did that. I think the gameplay, like I said, was crisp. It was beautiful. Very, very well polished. I think they did an amazing job at this. Overall, just as a general, not even as a fighting fan, or I mean as a DBZ fan, but just a fighting game fan, like it was very well polished and very well done. As far as what I didn't like the ability to where I just found myself starting to get in the same sequence of movements. Like I knew that this worked and I knew that I could kill everybody with that, and then it kind of becomes repetitive. Like I know I go as Goku, and then I go into Kaioken 10 or whatever else, and charge up, and I can do these attacks, and I know what attacks to do, and I know how to charge them up, and it kind of is almost like a cheat code. But once you figure it out, like you just fall into that naturally instead of having to navigate or adapt to different things within your combat. But that's the nature of fighting games. I get it, and that's playing AI and playing the computer and stuff like that. I didn't get much of a chance to play a lot of other people because I probably would have got absolutely demolished.
Oh, you would have got it handed to you,
absolutely
man.
destroyed.
You would have absolutely got it handed
I
to
did
you.
ask Ace. I'm like, I know you have this game. You mentioned you had it. Like, is it crossplay? Do we have it? Unfortunately, it's not crossplay, or wasn't. When we talked before, and he's like, no, I got it on PC because I was hoping we could get in and play to see what that level is, and stuff, especially with him not playing for a while. To see,
you might have beaten me a few times.
Test my well, hold on. What do you mean might have, bro? Hold on.
I mean, there's only one way to settle this, boys.
Yeah, okay. But overall, pretty solid.
Okay, so that's the next question is how would you rate this game? I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this? And again, I know you've been a fan of fighting games, so this is like, here's my thought, right? I recently started playing Street Fighter 6, which I am having a blast with.
Yes.
It's not the kind of game that I'm going to play for 4 hours a day, but like when I have friends on, shout out to Spoons and Nexavis. When I see them and they're like, hey, do you guys want to play some Street Fighter? I'm like, dude, I would love to hop in and play some and get my butt kicked. So, but it's like, I'm not at the stage of my life right now where I'm going to sit and grind Street Fighter 6 for 20 hours a week to try to move up into the ranks. But I say that because naturally when you talk about fighting games, you're kind of instantly comparing them to the greats of the genre. Every fighting game ever will be compared to Street Fighter. It will be compared to Mortal Kombat. It will be compared to Marvel vs. Capcom, to Tekken, and that kind of thing. So knowing that, where do you rate, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how do you rate Sparking Zero?
This one was hard for me because it is funny, like the timing between you guys getting in on Street Fighter and then me playing this, because I haven't played truly a fighting game like this in a long time. And then I started to think, like, why am I not? Like why, what's the reason? Because like, this is fun, dude. Like, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I sat with my son, Jack, I love you, buddy. And we got through and we destroyed everybody. We ran through Goku's saga, then we ran through Vegeta's saga. Then, I mean, I put 15, 16, 17 hours through just running through all these guys. And it played out well. And it just made me miss, like, fighting games. And it made me reminiscent of what I used to enjoy, which was awesome. So I think this game, it holds on its own. I think it is awesome. I think it is going to be amazing for anyone that loves Dragon Ball Z. Anyone who has a connection with that world or that environment is going to love this game. It is awesome. I think it holds true to the story. It's very canon based. The fighting's awesome. The way they stayed true to the lore with the character levels, like how powerful they are. I would say that for this game, it's not just kind of an average game. I'd say it's a little bit above average. I would give it an 8.3. I would say
game, that's pretty good.
For a
man.
fighting game, I say there's not much of a campaign that you don't know. If you don't know it, you'll kind of learn a lot of the lore, especially if you go through all the different characters. You'll learn each side of them. But it was an awesome experience. I'm so happy I got to play it, because otherwise I guarantee I would have never probably touched it. But I freaking love Dragon Ball Z, and I love that I got to play this game. So I'm so stoked. Thank you. And yeah, it's a quality, good game.
Who did you main?
Oh man, it's hard to go off Goku, man.
Okay.
It's hard not to.
Enough.
Like, it's hard not to. I am a
I played Cooler.
Okay, Cooler. That's a good one too. So for our DBZ guys, I'm gonna go off on a rant here. Cell Saga, by far and away the best saga there is. Teen Gohan, the best character there ever was. His dad, which, let's be honest, Goku's a pretty crappy dad. Teen Gohan, when he charged up and he destroys Cell, which is the sickest thing in cinema ever, animated cinema for sure. Like, that is amazing. So having the ability to experience that and play these characters is so cool to me. And I just freaking love it. So any DBZ fan, if you have not played this game, please try it out. Please check it out. It is cool. It is awesome. It is crisp. It is still quite pricey. I think I got it on sale for like $45.
It's $69.99 on Steam.
Yeah,
right
so that's what I looked on Steam, and then I looked on the PS Store, and it was on sale like 25% off or whatever, and it was like $43.99 or whatever it was. So yeah, but I would definitely recommend this game to anyone, and especially Dragon Ball Z fans. You will not be disappointed. It is awesome.
So you're not the only person that thinks that, Ryan. As I was looking on Steam, like I said, price is $69.99, but the reviews, 89% out of 45.5 thousand reviews, dude. So this game's getting
They sold over 5 million.
It's sold 5 million.
I just looked it up. Yeah, 5 million copies since its launch in October 2024.
Goodness.
One day, One Piece will get a good fighting game.
That's a lot, and that's good praise, and especially from you, to go into this not having played a fighting game in a long time.
Yeah.
As a fan of Dragon Ball Z, sounds like Panzer picked a good game for you, then, man.
No, he did. No, thank you so much, Panzer. Like, it was perfect. It was awesome. I even I hit up Greg, because I know Greg, you were playing Street Fighter. You were playing Street Fighter. I hit up Greg. I'm like, hey, you got Mortal Kombat? And he's like, I was like, which one you got? I was like, well, Mortal Kombat 11 is on Game Pass. And I'm like, I'll play that, because I just wanted to play more fighting games after this. It definitely scratched the itch and made me want to play more of this genre and this style. And I mean, that's what the games are supposed to do. So
they're quick, they're fast. I've been having a blast. I'll say this, Street Fighter, I was in a gaming lull big time. I mean, we all get them. We've talked about it, but I was in this big gaming lull, and then Street Fighter 6 is absolutely the game that got me out of that lull. And again, I'm not playing it a lot. This is not something I'm dedicating all my time to, but man, when I can hop in and play 4, 5, 10 matches and then hop out, and it's just fun, man, especially if you have people that to play with, where you're not trying to get ego involved, or, you're just having a good time. Like, there's something to be said for fighting games and the camaraderie and the competition that goes along with those. If you have cool people to play with. Like, I'll be honest, if I only had me to play online against strangers, like, I don't know that I would enjoy that nearly as much. But having people that you can say, hey, dude, you want to hop on and play a few matches? And they're like, yeah, I'll be right there. Dude, there's few experiences like that. And so the fighting genre really can kind of fit in. I love that it's alive and well, but I think a lot of people are intimidated by it that aren't maybe really big fighting game fans. And the answer there is, honestly, find somebody to play with. Yeah. Invite a friend, to just say, hey, do you want to play this with me? And then you two can be on the same level and figure out the moves together and have a lot of fun. But that is a key to just really enjoying the fighting game genre. If you want to go further, you absolutely can. I mean, the skill ceiling on these things is ridiculous. But they are very approachable for people. So don't shy away from them. If you are somebody that hasn't really gotten into them, come to our Discord server, find somebody to join you. I mean, this is something that we say all the time, but we have, over 1,100 amazing gamers in there. You can find somebody that will want to join you and play this with you. And so if you're not really into the fighting game genre, give it a shot, man. Cause there's a reason it's an entire genre and it's been around for a very long time. So awesome, man. Well, Ryan, these hijacks, they're always a risk, man.
Yeah,
we
I'm so
never
excited.
know. We never know what we're going to get. We never know how we're going to like it. We've been on a pretty good roll lately. Yeah. And that's really awesome to see too. The community, they're trying to pick games that they think that we would enjoy or have a chance of enjoying anyway. So listen, if you would like to force one of us to play a game and we play it, that's the agreement. Like, you pick it, we play it. You can do that. This is a perk that is available to our Epic and Legendary tier members. You can check those out on Patreon. There's a link in the episode description. It's one click to check those out. It helps support the show. We're going to play the game. We're going to talk about it. And so that's always a really good time. Plus, we get exposed to games that we normally wouldn't play. Like you said, Ryan, probably never play this game if it wasn't for this. So, but come join our community. Come talk about the games. Come find people to play with. It's awesome. It's family friendly. There is zero toxicity. It really is the oasis of the gaming world. And we would love to have you if you're the kind of person that thinks that sounds awesome. Remember to follow the show, hit that plus button, that subscribe button, so you get our episodes on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, so that we can keep the content flowing out there to everybody. And if you didn't leave us a review or rate us 5 stars, remember to take a second to do that as well. Thanks once again, Panzerfaust Ali. We love you, buddy. Thanks for picking Ryan to play this. And until next time, happy gaming.
Come
Lend me your energy for a spirit bomb. Peace out, everyone.
Oh, man.